The evidence from NDEs shows the following three things: that the mind can separate from and operate independently of the body, that a person's mind is a separate entity in itself, and that a person's mind entity is a real thing, a real being. Given this evidence, we propose the mind entity hypothesis. The human being consists of a non-material mind that is intimately integrated with the physical body. The mind entity is the seat of consciousness of the person. All cognitive faculties, perception, thinking, feelings, volition, memory, and self-awareness reside in the non-material mind, not in the brain. For in-body consciousness, the mind entity interacts energetically with the brain's electrical activity to establish consciousness and support the mind's cognitive faculties. Ordinarily, the mind is completely dependent on the brain's electrical activity for consciousness. For the out-of-body state in an NDE, the mind entity separates from the body and operates independent of the brain. For this theory to work, there must be some form of energetic interaction between the mind and the brain, and some plausible mechanism of interaction.
How could the non-material mind interact with the material brain to achieve consciousness? There is strong evidence of the outer-body mind interacts with physical processes such as light, sound waves in the air, and solid matter, giving rise to subjective sensations and accurate veridical perceptions in the physical realm. And there is evidence of a new force involved in mind-matter interactions, a subtle push-pull force when the out-of-body mind passes through solid matter, giving the sense of resistance or increased density to the NDE, and this is similar to passing one's hand through water. And there is evidence that when NDEers interact with another person's body, the mind can interact specifically with neural electrical processes, both sensing and triggering electrical activity. Here is a plausible mechanism for mind-brain interaction. In our theory, the physical interface between the non-material mind and the brain is in the gray matter at the surface of the cortex. The interface is specifically in the apical and basal dendrites of the outermost 2 to 3 millimeters of the cortex. The dendrites have tiny nodules on them called dendritic spines. There is a two-way causal interaction between the non-material mind and brain neurons. The mind senses neural action potentials through their back propagation through the dendritic arbor, as this diagram shows. And the mind opens calcium ion compartments in the dendritic spines to trigger action potentials. The neural activity brings perceptions and thoughts to awareness in the mind. And mental intentions trigger electrical activity, which activates motor actions. The concept of an autonomous mind entity can serve as a new conceptual framework for explaining consciousness. This concept fits the facts of anomalous phenomena like NDEs, SDEs, and ADCs better than materialist explanations, and provides a comprehensive explanation for consciousness, that is, subjective phenomenal experience. This conclusion is a radical departure from explanations of consciousness proposed by materialist philosophers and scientists, and compels a significant shift in the existing scientific framework or paradigm, most notably in neuroscience and physics.